Imagine closing your eyes and suddenly, you're somewhere else. You see a hidden military base in a foreign country. You witness an event from the distant past. You visualize a secret meeting happening miles away. Now imagine that these visions aren't just imagination, but real. What if I told you that ancient civilizations, secret societies, and even modern governments have known about this ability for centuries? It's called remote viewing, and today we uncover how ancient civilizations may have used remote viewing to shape history. Secret societies that protected and refined this ability for centuries. Top secret government programs that trained psychic spies. Whether you might have this ability, and how you can unlock it. Could this knowledge have been deliberately hidden from the public? The answers may change everything you thought you knew. Long before modern science, ancient civilizations may have already mastered remote viewing. Across different cultures and time periods, kings, priests, and mystics were said to have the ability to see beyond time and space, offering wisdom, guidance, and even influencing history itself. What if remote viewing wasn't a new phenomenon, but an ancient skill, now largely forgotten? Let's explore the compelling historical evidence. In the heart of ancient Greece, within the temple of Apollo at Delphi, lived the Oracle, a priestess known as the Pythia. Thousands traveled across vast lands to seek her guidance, including emperors, military generals, and philosophers. The Oracle was said to enter a trance-like state, receiving visions of the future. These insights weren't just poetic riddles. Many of them accurately predicted battles, betrayals, and the rise and fall of great rulers. One of the most famous cases involved King Croesus of Lydia, who asked the oracle if he should attack Persia. She cryptically replied, "If you go to war, you will destroy a great empire." Believing this meant his enemy's empire, he proceeded, only to lose his own kingdom. Some scholars believe the oracle's trance was influenced by natural gases rising from the temple's floor. But what if her abilities went beyond simple intoxication? Could she have been tapping into a deeper, universal knowledge, an early form of remote viewing? If so, this suggests that certain individuals were able to access hidden information long before modern times. Ancient Egyptians were deeply spiritual, believing in the power of the mind. Their high priests were entrusted with powerful, mystical knowledge. Many of them were said to possess abilities that allowed them to perceive events beyond the physical world. Some hieroglyphic texts describe dream temples, where priests would enter altered states of consciousness, receiving visions of distant lands and future events. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. The Book of the Dead, an ancient Egyptian funerary text, describes techniques for projecting one's spirit beyond the body. The pyramid texts, some of the oldest religious writings on earth, mention seeing beyond sight. The Temple of Karnak has inscriptions that seem to reference rulers gaining knowledge from faraway places, much like modern accounts of remote viewing. Could these Egyptian rituals have been an early form of remote viewing? And if so, was this a trained ability known only to the elite? The ancient Hindu texts, written over 5,000 years ago, contain references to a power called Divya Drishti, meaning divine vision. This ability, said to be possessed by enlightened sages, allowed them to see events beyond the limits of space and time. Some of the most famous figures in Hindu history were believed to have this power. Sage Vyasa, who composed the Mahabharata, was said to have witnessed entire wars unfolding from great distances. The great warrior Arjuna received a divine vision from Lord Krishna, showing past, present, and future events all at once. Certain yogis and rishis were believed to develop this ability through deep meditation, allowing them to gain insight into hidden knowledge. Ancient Sanskrit texts suggest that this ability was not supernatural, but a trainable skill. Could this mean that remote viewing was once a natural part of human potential, later lost or suppressed? High in the Himalayan mountains, Tibetan monks have been practicing a form of remote viewing for centuries, known as mind projection. These techniques allow them to perceive distant locations without ever leaving their bodies. There are documented cases of monks reporting events from faraway places with startling accuracy. Some monks claim they can send their consciousness outside their bodies, traveling to locations hundreds of miles away. Others have described events before they happened, suggesting that their minds could access a deeper reality. The Tibetan Buddhist tradition of tulku selection, where monks identify reincarnated spiritual leaders, often relies on visions received through meditation. Could it be that these monks never lost the ancient art of remote viewing, while the rest of the world forgot? The Mayan civilization, one of the most advanced cultures in pre-Columbian America, was famous for its astronomical knowledge and prophetic abilities. Their high priests, known as Aj-Kij, daykeepers, were said to have access to visions that helped guide the fate of their people. The famous Mayan calendar wasn't just a tool for measuring time. It was believed to be a map of past and future events, accessed through visions. Some Mayan codices describe priests who could see beyond their physical surroundings, guiding their rulers with insights from beyond the known world. Shamans would enter deep trance states, receiving visions of distant battles, celestial events, and messages from the gods. Some researchers believe that the Mayans, much like the Tibetan monks, had perfected techniques that allowed them to access a hidden level of reality. If remote viewing was just a myth, why do so many ancient cultures, separated by vast distances and thousands of years, describe the same ability? From the temples of Greece to the pyramids of Egypt, from the Himalayan monasteries to the Mayan jungles, the evidence suggests that remote viewing wasn't just real, it was once widely practiced. Could it be that this knowledge was lost over time? Or worse, was it deliberately hidden? Perhaps the ancients understood something that modern science is only now beginning to explore. Throughout history, secret societies and elite groups have been accused of safeguarding mystical knowledge, keeping it hidden from the public. Among the many secrets they are believed to possess, remote viewing, or a form of heightened perception, stands out as one of the most intriguing. But why would powerful organizations want to hide this ability? What if the ability to see beyond space and time was never truly lost, but deliberately suppressed? Let's dive deep into some of history's most enigmatic secret societies and their potential connection to remote viewing. The Freemasons, one of the most secretive and influential fraternal organizations in history, have long been rumored to possess ancient knowledge passed down through generations. Their symbols, such as the all-seeing eye and the square and compass, suggest an understanding of hidden wisdom and perception beyond the physical realm. Many Masonic teachings trace back to Egyptian mystery schools, where mental projection and higher consciousness were reportedly studied. Some believe that high-ranking Freemasons have access to training methods that enhance intuition and perception, much like modern remote viewing. One particularly intriguing account involves the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, which has 33 degrees of initiation. Some researchers claim that at the highest levels, initiates are exposed to esoteric practices that include heightened mental abilities. Could it be that Freemasonry has preserved ancient techniques of remote viewing, passing them down only to the elite few? The Rosicrucians, another powerful esoteric order, emerged in the 17th century but claimed to hold knowledge dating back to ancient Egypt and Babylon. Some of their hidden manuscripts contain references to astral projection and remote perception, describing methods eerily similar to modern remote viewing. The Rosicrucian manifestos, which introduced their mystical philosophy to the world, hinted at a hidden elite possessing supernatural abilities. There are accounts of Rosicrucians who claim to have visions of events happening thousands of miles away, often with unexplainable accuracy. Was this simply heightened intuition? Or were they using techniques passed down from ancient seers and mystics? Deep within the Vatican City, locked away from public view, are the secret archives, a collection of thousands of ancient texts that remain off-limits to the outside world. What knowledge is so dangerous that it must be hidden? Some researchers believe the Vatican holds documents detailing psychic phenomena, including records of early Christian mystics who practiced remote viewing-like techniques. Saint Padre Pio, a Catholic priest, was reported to have the ability to see distant events. He often told visitors details about their lives he couldn't possibly have known. Saint Joseph of Cupertino, another Christian mystic, was said to have visions of events happening far away, much like modern remote viewers. Certain Gnostic texts, rejected by the early church, describe techniques for accessing hidden knowledge beyond the physical world. If these texts exist, why would the Vatican keep them secret? Could it be that religious authorities feared the consequences of the public discovering the true potential of the human mind? The Knights Templar, a powerful medieval military order, are often associated with hidden knowledge that they uncovered during the Crusades. Some believe they discovered ancient scrolls beneath the Temple of Solomon, containing esoteric wisdom from lost civilizations. Templar initiates were rumored to practice mental exercises that heightened their perception. Certain symbols found in Templar sites resemble those used in remote viewing studies today. After their mysterious downfall in the 14th century, many surviving Templars reportedly fled to Scotland, where their knowledge was preserved, possibly influencing groups like the Freemasons. Were the Templars secretly training their members in remote perception techniques? And if so, who else might have inherited this knowledge? Before secret societies like the Freemasons, Rosicrucians, and Templars, the ancient mystery schools were the original gatekeepers of mystical knowledge. These elite institutions, found in Egypt, Greece, Mesopotamia, and India, provided spiritual and intellectual training to a chosen few. The Pythagorean Brotherhood taught initiates about the power of the mind and vibrational frequencies, concepts eerily similar to modern consciousness studies. The Eleusinian Mysteries, an ancient Greek ritual, involved initiates experiencing visions that some describe as astral projection or remote viewing. The Hermetic teachings, passed down from the legendary sage Hermes Trismegistus, speak of mental transmutation and accessing hidden knowledge. Could it be that these mystery schools held the key to unlocking human potential, and that secret societies later preserved and restricted this knowledge? If so, why was it hidden? The idea that secret societies and elite institutions have hoarded remote viewing techniques for centuries raises critical questions. If humans are truly capable of perceiving distant locations and hidden information, what else are we capable of? Could those in power be deliberately suppressing this knowledge to maintain control? Are governments and intelligence agencies still using these abilities in secret today? Perhaps remote viewing was never a mystery to those in power, only to the rest of us. But the real question remains, are we finally ready to reclaim this lost knowledge? While ancient civilizations and secret societies may have practiced remote viewing for centuries, the modern world has not ignored this mysterious ability. In fact, some of the most powerful governments on Earth have spent millions of dollars studying whether the human mind can truly access information beyond physical perception. And what they found was shocking. From Cold War psychic spies to classified military programs, governments have officially denied remote viewing, while secretly investing heavily in it. At the height of the Cold War, intelligence agencies in both the United States and the Soviet Union raced to develop the most advanced espionage techniques. They focused on cutting-edge technology, but one of the strangest arms races in history was fought on a completely different battlefield, the human mind. In the 1970s, reports surfaced that the Soviet Union was experimenting with psychic phenomena, including telepathy, psychokinesis, and remote viewing. Soviet scientists conducted classified tests to determine if the human mind could extract intelligence from across the world, or even influence objects from a distance. Rumors circulated that high-ranking Soviet officials were already using trained psychics to steal NATO military secrets. When the CIA got wind of this, they panicked. If the Soviets were successfully using remote viewing to spy on America, then the United States had to develop its own psychic weapons. Fast. This led to one of the most bizarre military projects ever conducted. In response to Soviet research, the U.S. military and intelligence agencies launched a highly classified program known as Project Stargate in the 1970s. This program, led by the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, and later supported by the CIA, aimed to train psychic spies who could use remote viewing to gather intelligence on enemy operations. The results were astonishing. Military-trained remote viewers accurately described foreign military installations, including secret Soviet bases, without ever leaving the room. One remote viewer, Joseph McMonigal, successfully identified the location of a downed Soviet aircraft, information that was later confirmed. Participants claimed to have viewed classified documents locked in secure government vaults. And here's where things get even stranger. Some remote viewers reported seeing beyond the physical world, describing mystical experiences, hidden knowledge, and even encounters with unknown entities. One of the program's most famous cases involved a remote viewer describing structures on Mars, structures that appeared ancient and artificial. Could it be that remote viewing reveals more than just secret military bases? Could it be that the human mind is capable of perceiving realities that go far beyond what we've been told? One of the most mysterious figures in the world of remote viewing was Ingo Swann, a highly skilled psychic who played a key role in developing the U.S. military's training protocols. But Swann's most controversial revelations didn't come from spying on the Soviets. Instead, they came from something far more extraordinary: remote viewing the moon. Swann claimed that, during a classified experiment, he was tasked with remotely viewing the moon's surface. What he described shocked intelligence officials. He saw massive structures, strange lights, and even what appeared to be non-human beings working on the lunar surface. Some whistleblowers have suggested that the U.S. government already knew about these structures and was using remote viewing to gather more information. If Swan's descriptions were true, it would mean that not only is remote viewing real, but it could reveal secrets about our universe that we were never meant to know. Could this be why many details of Project Stargate remain classified to this day? Despite its successes, Project Stargate was officially shut down in 1995. The official reason given? The government claimed there was no concrete scientific proof that remote viewing worked. But many researchers aren't buying it. If remote viewing was truly useless, why would the U.S. government have spent over 20 years and millions of dollars investigating it? And why do so many former intelligence officers claim that the program never actually ended, but simply went deeper underground? Could it be that remote viewing was too powerful, too dangerous to be made public? Perhaps the real reason for shutting down Stargate was not that it didn't work, but that it worked too well. Even though Project Stargate was officially terminated, some believe that remote viewing continues to be used in classified military and intelligence operations. In 2014, documents leaked by NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden revealed that intelligence agencies still research and classify psychic phenomena. Several retired intelligence officials have hinted that remote viewing has been privatized, with its knowledge now in the hands of elite corporations and private military contractors. Some believe that modern remote viewing techniques are being used to predict future geopolitical events, preventing wars, or perhaps even causing them. If remote viewing is still being used behind closed doors, the question is, what else do they know that we don't? And perhaps more importantly, is this why the general public is told remote viewing is just a pseudoscience, while those in power continue to use it for their own advantage? Is remote viewing real or just an elaborate hoax? Did ancient civilizations use it to shape history? Are secret societies still protecting this knowledge today? Tell us what you think in the comments. And if you love uncovering hidden knowledge, government secrets, and ancient mysteries, don't forget to like and subscribe. Who knows? The next video might reveal something even more shocking.